Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me as always,
Eric Icarus.
Eric.
What's up?
You can follow us on the gram at REC Podcast. You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast, and you can follow my beautiful shop at REC Comics, and you can follow us on Whatnot at REC Comics as well. And the bomb dude himself.
Oh, Eric J. Wielden _ Esquire on the Instagram. Yeah, we're doing the bidding wars.
We are doing some bidding wars. We are having many things. And to those of you who do check out our Whatnot live sales, thank you guys so much. We very much appreciate it. We're trying to get better every week, trying to bring some of the same REC podcast energy to that. Eric's definitely bringing the dad jokes, which I don't think anybody really appreciates except for me.
But I do. Complaints?
There's been no complaints.
I haven't gotten any laugh emojis.
Yes.
But I haven't heard shut the F up.
Yeah. You know? Well, the Whatnot guys, man, they are cutthroat. They are cutthroat. They don't even know that we're there. Yeah, they don't even know we're there. They think these books are coming up magically.
Ooh.
How are you doing this week, my friend?
Good, man.
Man, we've been doing shows, we've been doing live shows. It's been nice.
It's been great, man. We're getting back into the swing of things, dude. I'm liking it.
It's been very nice to talk to you guys again, for you guys to see our pretty faces. I know you love it. I like it. We had the Super Bowl this weekend. Go Bengals.
Too bad. The bagels.
The Bungles, as they're known.
Oh yeah, in a lot.
Yes, not. I feel for you guys. I've been there quite a lot myself. We didn't really pay attention to the game as much.
I didn't care. I don't think anybody really cared. Your backup team didn't go.
Yeah,
which bummed you out.
Yeah, none of my teams went. You guys have seen me on the show with some Niners and Broncos stuff. So I was rooting for the Bengals, and sadly, they were not.
You know, it was kind of a bummer because I feel like they almost had it.
They did. I mean, they did.
It was great. It was good. It was the last. Yep. You know, though I would say we were enjoying the last 2 minutes because it was turning into a game.
It was intense.
So,
but for us and for our REC faithful, there was a lot of cool TV spots and movie trailers and things that we are going to discuss here. We're going to start with the trailer that Eric didn't even know happened, really. And that was the DC The World Still Needs Heroes TV spot. This had kind of been out online a day or two before the Super Bowl, but I tried to stay away from it because I wanted to see it, you know, on a bigger screen than on my phone. And it had some awesome footage. Eric didn't even know that it had aired.
I didn't.
He didn't even know.
And I've been trying to talk up DC more because I want them to be great.
Yes.
And I feel bad that I didn't even know about this until you pointed it out to me.
Yeah.
And literally having just watched this about 10 seconds ago before we flipped the cameras on, dude, I'm very excited.
Yeah, look great.
But
looks like
at the same time, well, before we jump into that, let's talk about what was on it for those who were not in the know.
So this minute to maybe a minute. I mean, if it was a minute and a half, I'd be shocked.
Right.
But just showed a lot of cuts from
upcoming DC properties.
Yeah, Black Adam, Flash, Aquaman.
Batman.
Oh yeah, Batman, Aquaman, and we actually got to see Black Adam in all of his glory.
Right.
The big reveals for me was that they showed Dr. Fate, which we know Pierce Brosnan is playing, and he was kind of quasi-narrating in parts, and Hawkman.
Yeah.
Which he looked great.
Yes.
Which we know that both of them, and Cyclone was in there, and the Atom Smasher, all of that is going to be in the Black Adam film, which is a little interesting. I'm a huge Adam and Captain Marvel, Shazam for you kids from DC Comics, Billy Batson. I really enjoy the mythology around all of those characters, and I'm a big fan. I'm a little bummed that it seems like they might be, and spoilers, if you haven't seen the trailer, please go check them out. We're going to talk spoilers throughout this whole thing, kids.
Yeah.
Spoilers. It seems like they're going to go the anti-hero route with Black Adam.
Right. Which, bad call. This could have been a very interesting thing where we actually get the full perspective of the villain through the whole movie.
Yeah.
I feel like Marvel kind of did it with Thanos a little bit.
Yeah.
Giving us a full-on villain approach to what he's doing.
Yeah.
Granted, it wasn't a whole Thanos movie, but they could have done this with Black Adam.
Yeah.
And got us to kind of root for the bad guy.
It's tough.
You know, and they could have been, and DC could have been the company that, if all companies, would be great at presenting that gray area.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow, I kind of really understand what Black Adam's doing. But I think Dwayne Johnson's got a ego complex where he's like, I can't play the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, I think we were talking earlier how in Fast and Furious, him and Vin Diesel can't be the bad person in their movies.
Yeah, they can't get too beat up.
Yeah, like in the last movie they were in, they had to have equal amount of punches thrown at each other because it's in a fake fight, in a movie fight.
Now, from this lineup, like I said, Dr. Fate, Pierce Brosnan, the Atom Smasher, played by my wife's crush, Noah Centineo. Say Centineo from... Nice. He looks like a baby Mark Ruffalo.
He does.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And but he's going to be Atom Smasher, and we saw a version of Cyclone, which is nice. I love the JSA. I think we need JSA stuff. So it looks like we're going to get like a quasi JSA storyline in this Black Adam story, which there is precedent for. You might not know this. Black Adam was on the JSA for a little bit. Yep. So yes, there's precedent. I want to see a Superman level threat wreck shop against these heroes. Like I want to see. So if they're going to build us up to where they have, we have Black Adam kind of playing nice until he kind of gets what he wants, and then the gloves come off. I will be okay with that. So I will reserve full judgment until I see what the plan is. Obviously,
but it does look like he's going the. I'm going to do things my own way.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the right thing the wrong way sort of thing.
DC has no leash with us. Like, we are not giving them the benefit of the doubt, which is why we're judging it so harshly so far.
Batman footage looked good, though.
Batman footage looked cool, but
I'm excited for it.
I don't like the idea of, like, Catwoman being like, we got to stand up and, it's like, why are you, like, Bruce is the good guy.
Sure.
And you're not a terrible person, but, like,
She's a thief.
Yeah, but I don't want her to be...
The moral compass?
The moral compass. Like, Bruce has got to be his own moral compass, and even if he's wrong, that he's doing, I don't want somebody else, like, teaching him that he shouldn't have to, like, he's got to worry about the little man. It seems like he's not worrying about, like, the little guy, which is exactly what he does.
Sure, well, maybe, maybe they're doing a different take. Maybe this is a Bruce who's very jaded to the point where he doesn't see the little things. Mm-hmm. And he's letting little things go by the wayside, and that's why Gotham is becoming a cesspool. Yeah. Because he let all the little things go by.
There you go. I'm into that.
Twist.
I'm into that.
Selena Kyle, always one of my favorite characters. I love her character so much. And
from the animated series, still one of the better.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Anne Hathaway
killing it. Yeah.
She was a really strong character in the Nolanverse.
Oh, of course.
Not my favorite Catwoman, but like I really liked her Catwoman a lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think this, I was trashing the movie a little bit a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Now it looks good.
I'm
very excited for it now.
Yeah. There was a couple footages that we had There was a couple times we had seen footage that I didn't care for as much, but the last few things I've seen, I'm there for it, man.
Sure.
Even if I've got to sit through Paul Dano's face, I'm ready for that movie to come out. And it's coming out soon. March, right?
March, I think that's the first one we get.
Yeah.
And then, it was cool to see Dr. Fate, like you said.
Looks so good. Pierce Brosnan, man.
Good, perfect casting.
Yes.
I think, obviously DC has got to, do their version of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But the thing is, very different characters.
And Fate's a different enough. It's just, it sucks that they both have to be doctors.
Right, yeah. and very magic-based as well.
Yes.
But very different characters. Yeah. And I'm very excited for it. And I feel like now they're trying to jumpstart the universe.
Yes.
This is where they can turn the tide.
They really can. Because all of a sudden, we have the JSA.
Yeah.
We went from having pieces of the JLA and Snyder leaving and all of these things to actually like having like... Now, it's weird that they're using Atom Smasher and Cyclone right away, but that's fine. We can make that work. We need some... because I want Alan Scott, I want Wildcat, I want Jay Garrick. Like, I want the big three of the JSA.
Right.
But, with these characters, it looks like we're going to get something, at least something new.
Right.
Which I'm totally fine with.
And that's all we've been wanting from DC. And I feel like this is a company that could be pulling from a rich tapestry. And I feel like they're finally doing it.
Well, at least they're
From
trying.
That's what they're projecting,
Yes.
and I can't be more excited for it. Aquaman looked great.
But
no
I mean,
complaints here.
Yeah, just nothing too deep on that because I don't think Aquaman comes out till November.
Right.
So we still got some time on that one.
This is where we finally get our Pepsi Coke rivalry between the two companies in the movies.
We'll see.
For a while, like I was saying, it's been Marvel's been Coke and DC's been Diet Right.
Yeah.
And not to say that I do enjoy Diet Right from time to time.
Yeah.
But hey, this is where
I don't turn one down when I'm offered one, but it's not my favorite.
But the thing is, no one was talking about this.
Dude, you didn't even know. You were in my. I watched it,
and it was.
But you were late. You were actually late to the bowl.
I was late.
So yeah.
But I will say, if this had been Marvel, it would be all over everyone's social media.
Well, because obviously, what we're going to talk about at the end of the show is going to be what totally just has taken over speculation and everything this week. But in due time.
All in due time.
There was Flash footage, and we got to see more of the Flash in kind of his in a new 52-esque style costume.
Ezra Miller. Reprising his role.
Yeah. And I do want to say that Cyclone is going to be played by Quintessa Swindell. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not familiar with her, but I definitely want to give her props as well. But yeah, we're seeing more, Flash footage. If they're going to retcon it, there's been some stills of, it's definitely Michael Keaton in his costume.
Come on, yeah.
So, we're getting it. We're hopefully they can use this to
fix some stuff.
Flashpoint this thing.
They're going to Days of Future Past this, and it's going to be great. And Black Adam, come on, man. I don't know why they call him Black Adam.
Yeah.
He's not African American.
No.
But, hey, man, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Well, his he was Teth Adam, and the black is to signify the fact that he kind of went dark because Black Adam is given his powers by the gods because the pharaohs are enslaving his people.
Right.
So they give him this to exact his vengeance, but then he just takes over the city of Kondak.
Right.
And he's very much like a Doctor Doom-esque, good to his people, but you better listen to what he says.
Right.
And you better not come in unannounced, all right?
Right. Because he's Black Adam, yo.
That's what's up. But Marvel would not be outdone, and they have some Disney Plus stuff going on, and we've been talking about it. You guys know I'm very, very excited about the Moon Knight. Disney Plus's Moon Knight show. We got a TV spot there, showing off some more footage, giving us some more range. Oscar Isaacs, before he's done, he's already one of my favorites actors, and just every time I see him in something, he's definitely never the problem. No. Even though he was Apocalypse, I liked his Apocalypse. It's just that they didn't flesh that character out enough. They just didn't do enough with him. But his portrayal of character was fine. But yes, we got to see more footage from there. Them kind of emphasizing a sleep order that Stephen Grant has. Stephen Grant is one of the personalities of Moon Knight, Mark Spector. I don't know who in the comics, Mark is usually kind of the prime.
He's de facto.
He's usually alias, that's who he was.
Right.
And Mark is kind of more the ex-military, mercenary type of character, adventurer. Right. Stephen Grant is in comics is usually kind of the Bruce Wayne character, the Playboy millionaire. But in this, it seems like he's maybe some museum archaeologist,
curator,
but very, very Edward Norton in Fight Club.
I think, I feel like they're going to kind of combine a few of his aliases into one. I think the curator is going to be the adventurer, like Indiana Jones. Basically.
Well, I don't know if he's going to. I think Mark will be the adventurer because in the TV spot we see him answer a cell phone that he had buried and doesn't know anything about, and the lady on the phone says, "Oh my God, Mark, you're alive." And he's like, "Why are you calling me Mark?" Because he has an accent where Mark Spector does not.
No, he doesn't.
But he is. Some woman is calling him Stevie in there too. So going for the Stephen Grant. But the big news out of that, and we saw a still beforehand, was we saw the Mr. Knight persona.
We did?
Your boy, the Mr. Knight, who is kind of the more slick vigilante.
More of the detective.
Yes. And fantastic, addition to this character. Yes, Moon Knight is a, broken mirror Batman, but you have all of these conflicting
Personalities. Yeah.
that all kind of have a similar goal.
Sure.
But whoever's in the driver's seat is calling the shots. We saw him in a very classic homage image, him jumping and his cape coming out and looking like the crescent moon, which we see in a lot of different comics. Alex Ross, did he have a recent? He had a recent cover in the last couple years, really depicting that well. Bill Sienkiewicz had a bunch of different art doing. It's nice to see that, and we see, looks like when the moonlight hits him, we are seeing, at least in some stills of him, the suit kind of coming onto him. Yes. And in that scene where he's like in the bathroom beating on somebody, dude, that might be a wolf. Did you catch that?
I did.
It might be a werewolf.
Yeah. For those not in the know, first appearance of Moon Knight.
Werewolf by Night 32.
There you go.
Hunting the Werewolf by Night, who is Jack. Crap! I can't remember. Your dad's gonna kick my butt. Jack something or other is the Werewolf by Night, not the Man Wolf, who is Jay Jonah's son.
Yes. Lots of lycanthropes running around the Marvel universe.
Lycanthropy, as it's known. Very, very good word, Eric. I like that.
But I mean, now I'm like super amped on this.
Oh, I've been amped, bro, because I was so amped for Iron Fist, and it just pooped in my mouth. This, I don't think.
That didn't exist.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Marvel, we're going to see a lot of cameos. I don't think we'll be seeing Danny Rand anytime soon.
Finn Jones, I don't believe, was invited back.
Not invited back to the party. But right now, for sure, we're getting Stephen Grant. We're going to get Mark Spector. Mm-hmm. We have seen a cab in the trailer, so we've got to get Jake Lockley,
right?
Mr. Knight, and the Moon Knight. Yes. So we have possibly 5 distinct personalities for the character, which this is going to be a mind job.
Yes.
It's going to be a mind job. I hope you guys enjoy the ride. If you can, don't do any research.
No.
Enjoy this ride.
Right.
Because even as much as we like Moon Knight, it took them a long time to get that character. They're still trying to figure out what they want to do with that character.
Yeah.
Again, we're in volume 7 or volume 8 of
miniseries
or ongoing series.
Yeah. When it hits, it hits. But
yeah.
When it doesn't, it sucks.
Yeah. We're going to step out of the comic book stuff real quick, and we're going to talk about Jurassic World Dominion. I have not enjoyed these Jurassic World this franchise. The characters are okay. Obviously, visually, they still look great.
Sure.
But I'm not sold on it. You know, the first one is fine.
It's classic.
Second one, I was bored. I barely remember what it was about.
Are we talking about the newer ones or the
newer ones?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we're talking strictly the world.
Okay, Jurassic World was fine.
Yeah.
Like you said. Second one, awful.
Yeah.
Aside from the way it looks, it's terrible. The characters aren't even the same.
Yes.
They're completely different characters, just played by the same people.
Yeah. And this one,
they screwed up Allosaurus. That's not what the Allosaurus looked like. Anywho,
yes,
I digress.
We are starting to see more and more from this world, and it looks like the trilogy should cap it off. And the dinosaurs are out. They're out, and people are hunting them to either eradicate or to collect or for whatever. We're seeing our boy Blue from the first couple films, and Chris Pratt and his family or whomever trying to keep Blue and his progeny safe. But the big kicker for this is that we're going to get the original members all in the same thing. Laura Dern's back as, Sattler, right? Yep. Yeah. We see Grant, and we see, obviously, Malcolm. And Malcolm was in the last one.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Just in that court
glorified
scene.
Cameo.
So I think, especially with what we've seen from, Spider-Man No Way Home and some of these other things that are really like nostalgia is king again.
Sure.
So we want to see the original 3. I could give 2 craps if Pratt or Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah.
I can't.
Whatever her name, it doesn't matter.
But I like her so much, and I'm just drawing a blank.
I can't forgive her for Lady in the Water.
I love Lady in the Water. Me and my wife, we're the only 2 people who like Lady in the Water.
That's very true.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I dig it. I think it's hilarious and interesting, and I like the child fairy tale aspect of it. And I'm really stalling because I cannot remember her freaking first name. What is her name? Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard. Anyway, I don't care about any of them. I want to see Ian Malcolm and Dr. Grant and Sattler in this movie doing things and
just getting back to what we love.
Yes, just bringing us back.
This should have been the Lost World, what we're getting.
Yes.
And, I don't know what else they can do with this. It's an interesting concept. The dinosaurs just being loose. We all saw this coming.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it begrudgingly just because of the original trailer.
We got to complete it. Yeah, we got to complete it. Yeah, you're going to get me there for that. I would not have made it a priority if they were not back.
I wouldn't care.
I just don't care about the characters.
I don't. And
I don't know Chris Pratt's name.
I don't either.
I know the blue.
Yeah, I know the raptor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Mm-hmm. I think it can be good, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We can only see.
We can only speculate, but everybody I know that is excited for this movie is truly only excited to get those kind of original three scientists back. And I'm here for it. So I just want Jeff Goldblum to be Jeff Goldblum. I want them. I hope it's not just power cameos, and that it seems like they're going to be a part of the story.
Sure.
So I'm all for it. I need to get some water for this next segment, kids.
Oh, here we go.
The biggin.
The big one.
Mm-hmm. Guys, after Endgame, in Avengers Endgame, we've talked about it countless times. How do you follow that? And they followed that with Black Widow, which was a really good movie, but
solid. But it had no
not
business
Endgame level.
Endgame.
We got a whole year of amazing MCU Disney Plus shows. For the most part, if you average them all out, there's still an A- B+ as a whole. Sure.
Even though their one thing was awful.
Yes, the greatest
Eternals.
The greatest team movie that they've made, the Eternals.
Stupid movie.
And then the Super Bowl brought us a fantastic trailer. Everybody was excited. We had already gotten a glimpse of this in Spider-Man: No Way Home. We got to see an end trailer for the Multiverse of Madness, and they gave us even more madness. This thing, we were watching it. We were having a Super Bowl get together. We had a house full of people, and everybody shut up when this trailer came on. Now, there was a TV spot which had different footage and a trailer. So we're going to talk about the trailer first, and then I'll interject with some of the TV spot stuff. I was blown away. We're talking more about nostalgia. There were definitely a lot of things, a lot of strings that they were tugging on. We got some more America Chavez. Marvel really wants America Chavez to be something. Her first appearance in Vengeance issue 2 is worth good money. It's just a low print run book. But I'm not finding a lot of people who give a crap about this character.
Sure.
I think she's cool. She's the modern Miss America. I dig her look. She's Puerto Rican. And her powers are kind of ambiguous. And I think that they're going to expand on that a little bit more. The rumor mill is that Wanda might be looking for America because whatever her powers are going to be in the movie are going to be integral to helping her find her children. That is the internet speculation. We get to see more. We get to see Wanda, which we saw in the original trailer at the end. And we see, Doctor Strange be like, I'm not here about what happened in... what was the town?
Oh, the small town from the show. I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
Not Pleasantville. It was
Point Pleasant. I don't know.
I forgot. But he's not there about what happened. And there's a really good dynamic in the trailer to where, if you remember that scene, he's kind of walking, almost looks like an orchard.
Yes.
It's like white, and she's like,
cherry blossoms everywhere.
Yeah, cherry blossoms everywhere. Well, there's a later scene in the movie where she's got the thing on and everything's red, but you still see those trees, man. So the speculation is that was an illusion when he first gets there. And, she is going to be the part of the villain of this, most likely, at least to some extent.
I would say a very, she didn't want to be the villain.
No.
And I think that's going to play.
She even has a line. She says, you mess with reality and you're a hero. I do it and I'm the villain. And she says, it doesn't seem fair to me.
Well, that's how you try to warp reality.
Yeah.
I don't think Doctor Strange was doing it for his personal gain.
Yes. And I think that's where we can gray area that. Yes.
But, here we go. Yes. It's going to be, this is the year of the villain, baby.
Yet again. Following suit. It looks like Doctor Strange is not only captured by Mordo, but Mordo may be working for some version of what could be the TVA.
Sure, I'll go with that.
You know,
Yeah.
Now we see him, Doctor Strange, shackled, and he's being the very classic Marvel 2x2, and these robots that look an awful lot like a blend of Ultron and Stark tech.
There you go.
They look very Ultron, like in another world where Tony and Ultron did what they were supposed to do,
right?
And they're keeping things safe. Now, are these? I don't know if this is the TVA, right, but somebody is bringing them together, and these kind of Ultron bots. But the big thing was that when he gets brought into this room, which may be full of members of the TVA or not, we very clearly hear Patrick Stewart speak.
Nope.
Erik has problems with this.
I don't think it is.
It's Patrick. Dude, it's Patrick Stewart. He does not think so, and you guys feel free to comment below. But it is because he even says, I think we need to tell him the truth or something like that. And it's clearly Patrick Stewart. I have stopped and zoomed in on this like line of people sitting down in what I thought was the TVA.
But you're thinking it's the what?
I think we all believe the internet is very strong in this fact that this is the Illuminati. We've talked about this for years, that at some point, could they bring these characters in? Maybe they're not going to do the Illuminati the exact same way.
No.
But they're, keeping the timeline.
Sure, this is a secret they got to keep.
And maybe they're trying to deal with Kang.
Sure.
But to refresh, the Illuminati are kind of these figureheads in the Marvel Universe. Initially, it is Iron Man, Xavier, Doctor Strange, Black Bolt of the Inhumans, Reed from Fantastic Four, and Namor. So you have people kind of representing the major groups of the Marvel Universe. You have Tony and Reed kind of representing humans and superhumans, Namor for Atlantis, Black Bolt for the Inhumans, Xavier for the mutant race, and Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme.
Magic, baby.
Yeah. So they kind of agree to get together and try to handle some things before they maybe cut some things off at the pass.
Sure.
Because they're constantly in reactive mode. So they're like, hey, why don't we be proactive about some things?
Right.
And it makes for very interesting things. They don't tell their loved ones that it is a secret.
Yes.
And they're kind of pulling some strings in the Marvel Universe. We've pontificated on such things in the past, and with the sound of Patrick Stewart's voice, I think we might be getting it, kids.
Like a version of it.
A version of it. I don't think the exact thing. Maybe it'll spark the traditional one.
Sure.
But I think we're going to get... It's definitely... Like, we're getting these people.
Okay, so do you think this is how we're bringing mutants in? Because I think it's a real lazy way to do it.
It is a lazy way, but they've written themselves so deep that they might just have to...
Just bring them in.
Yeah, like, you guys are just
coming
doing
from a different universe. Which
could lead into Secret War stuff.
Sure.
So we could do some Secret War stuff and more of the modern Secret War storyline with the alternate worlds.
Which is going to work better.
It'll adapt fine, and it'll make some sense. Like, oh, hey, like we have these refugees from other worlds, other timelines, that must be preserved.
So, okay, I mean, if you put it that way, I can get behind it. But you're right. I don't know another way they would bring in mutants. That would be stupid. My
wild thing is I think that it's not going to be the Illuminati proper, but a version of it. And maybe instead of Reed, we get a Doctor Doom.
Sure.
In one of the kind of outlines that I saw, it kind of looked like a hood. It could be any number of things.
Right.
I'm just itching for Doctor Doom.
We need a Doom, but I think it's too early to introduce him.
And we can do this and then see the kind of rise of our prime Doctor Doom or the MCU proper Doctor Doom.
Like, this is his Victor Doom, right?
I think this is just going to be nothing but excellent fan service.
Okay.
I think they're going to give it. They're going to say, hey, Patrick Stewart was there. We did it. We got what's up. You need to find the Xavier of your world, maybe. I don't know. But it could be, man. Like, we could have this, like, real, like, Illuminati instead of, like, a Council of Reeds. Right. Instead of a Council of Kangs. Yeah. We have the Illuminati instead. Right. So, could be. They could then beef up to be villains later. It could be very interesting because I can't tell you how many rumors that have been out there about Tom Cruise being Tony Stark,
a new Iron Man, which
from another, and not that they're going to make him the new Iron Man, but that he is an Iron Man from another,
coming in to help.
Yes,
right,
something like that.
I don't.
And maybe he's not coming in to help. Maybe he's this kind of superior Iron Man that we know that is, and it's his Stark tech with these Ultrons. So he's a good guy, but like, oh, we keep the peace by any means necessary.
Yeah. I mean, it could go either way.
Yes.
But I mean, again, if this is Patrick Stewart, very awesome.
Yes.
And I just want to see where they're going to go with it. Again,
Completely.
Marvel giving me like, wow, I don't know what I'm getting.
They're pushing it.
You keep throwing me curveballs, and I'm loving it.
We see a version of somebody fighting Wanda in kind of her street clothes that looks to be Captain Marvel energy signature. Some people thought it was the original Human Torch, but as the internet continues to be undefeated, we've got some pretty decent screenshots, and it's definitely the Captain Marvel energy signature, but I believe it's Monica Rambeau.
Oh, cool.
I believe we're going to get her, and she has the connection to Wanda from WandaVision as Spectrum. She was Captain Marvel's buddy from the 80s, the daughter who gets the powers in WandaVision.
Yeah.
I think it's more possible that it's her. A lot of people thought it might have been Superior Iron Man, but I don't think that's correct.
No.
But yes, I do believe that it is Monica. And we see Mordo, as I said, he's the one who's telling Steven, he says, because of your desecration of the timeline or of reality, like, you're going to be tried. Is this our Mordo from the MCU? Is it a Mordo that is a part of this version of the Illuminati? Like, in his world, he's the Sorcerer Supreme?
Right.
I don't know. But it is always nice to see Chiwetel Ejiofor. He's one of my favorite actors. There was a quick scene where we saw Doctor Strange in possibly the Savage Land. Did you catch that? We saw some dinosaurs.
Okay.
It would be cool if that's how they brought in the Savage Land.
We get some zombie references.
So that was the thing that I wanted to talk about. It wasn't in the proper trailer. It was in this TV spot.
Yeah.
And we saw a Doctor Strange zombie, live action, and a Wanda zombie from What If.
Right. Very cool.
Blew my mind, kids. Yep. Blew my freaking mind, because that's some dark stuff to bring to to mainstream,
right?
And to see when I was reading crossover in Ultimate Fantastic Four, Greg Land's zombie art was genuinely terrifying to me. I have a weird thing with zombies. I love zombie stories, but they scare me. Right. They really do freak me out. I think it's just a creepy concept. I watched Dawn of the Dead at way too young an age, and it scarred me. But I am obsessed with zombie stuff. So Greg Land's art scared me, and dude, seeing that zombie Wanda, that freaked me out. We also saw what looked to be maybe Nightmare. Because it looked a little bit like a Zombie Strange, and just because it had the 6 arms, we see it casting, but the hair was different, and Nightmare kind of looks like that in the comics, and they are doing a figure for the set, but it's more comic book based. So it could be Nightmare, and even Strange is narrating to begin with, and he says, "Every night I dream, and when I wake, the nightmare begins."
Right.
So we saw many.
Mephisto.
That's what people were posting about the flaming person that they thought could be Human Torch or Superior Iron Man. I was like, it's Mephisto, guys.
Come on, it's always Mephisto.
Yes, yeah, we'll keep the Mephisto watch going. The poster for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness also released this week too, which also had a lot of other Easter eggs in it that I'm not sure if you saw some of the references, but a couple of the big ones. So it's like shattering. So it looks like shattered glass, and in the glass there's reflections. In one of the reflections is Captain Carter's shield, the British, Captain America type thing,
from the What If.
From the What If, and Deadpool can be seen in one of the images. Yeah. Now the image is rough,
right?
But somebody pulled that image and then pulled an image of Deadpool, and they're in the same, and it's like Deadpool from a movie poster. So they're in the same pose, where the white eye is. You see it in this in the shattered image. We may be grasping, but it wasn't much of a leap for me to think that was Deadpool in that image. it would be interesting if it would be funny if Deadpool's at the TVA like locked up.
Right. That would be cute.
I mean, it would be funny. So yeah, dude, there was a lot to unpack from this trailer, man, and it blew me away. I watched it so many times. I freaking caught something new every time I saw it. And every time I open Instagram, somebody else is pulling up something that they found, and it's just like, it is blowing my mind. May 6th is when this film comes out.
Yeah,
And you know, if we can rent a theater, we might have to for this one, kids.
We might have to do it for this one.
We might have to do it for the shop and for our guests. And I'm not guaranteeing anything because I don't know if they're going to let us rent out a theater for this one because it's going to be busy, kids.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
We got to watch it that week though. Like we're watching it that Thursday regardless.
Oh God, yeah,
we've got to because I can't have that spoiled for me. I cannot have that spoiled.
Plus,
for me.
this is going to be great.
It is. Man, that's pretty much all I had for those trailers, man.
It was a lot going on.
The Super Bowl was great for us comic fans.
Yeah,
it was great for us comic fans. You know, we got to see some cool movie stuff, and
we got to see some aging hip hop stars try to be young and relevant again.
Dude, the amount of videos I saw online about like parents, like like the kids waiting for the halftime show to be over, and all the parents like ain't nothing but a G. You know, you had Snoop Dogg. Sea walking up there and everything, like
50 Cent hanging upside down,
looking real chubby, man. He was
chubby. 50 Cent, come at me.
Oh man,
I'll shoot you 10 times.
Dude, 50 is so petty. He would fight you.
I know.
He would fight you.
Me.
Yeah, he would fight you.
We would get so much publicity.
We would be. I'd be rolling that camera. I'd be rolling that camera.
Fight me, dude. Come at me, dude. Vitamin
Fight me, bro.
Rick Ross was right. You're a
oh man, too much in the club, baby. Kids, that's our show. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Tell us what you think of the show below. Tell us how silly Eric is for not realizing that's Patrick Stewart. I think Eric's afraid to be hurt.
I am.
And he needs to understand that this isn't DC.
We all know it was the ancient one.
He thinks it's the ancient one, which it's like,
if it is, you
which
guys
ancient
owe me
one?
Money.
And if it is the ancient one, I will get a tattoo of your choice, Eric.
Oh yeah.
All right, that particular thing, the ancient one can be there, but Patrick Stewart is the one talking right there. All right, Eric, you have any final thoughts for us today, man?
Just be stoked for we had a rough couple years, and now we're on the upswing. DC coming back, Marvel's still giving us quality stuff.
Yeah,
I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
feeling very hopeful for the future, man.
Oh my gosh,
for the
future, kids.
Why wasn't Future in the halftime show? Eminem's homie from
I think. Oh my God, you're the worst today. You are the worst. I had something clever to say too, and you took me off of it, kids. And all right, kids, we will catch you on the next podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. For all time.